Hello Autobots. Per Technological Directive 84 Beta-1, initiated by Optimus Prime and executed by myself, Perceptor, and my team, Teletron Subterminals, have been brought back online where possible in inhabitable facilities and structures across Cybertron. Though antiquated by standards we have come to expect, the Teletran terminals are perfectly functional and efficient, and so every soldier is encouraged to check in and upgrade or repair your weapons when necessary.
Charged with being the last line of defense for Iacon, the Autobot capital, and guarding the gateway to Cybertron's core, Omega Supreme was considered unstoppable in battle, relentless in his mission and fearless in the face of danger. But as the Quintesson Wars gave way to the rise of the Decepticon Empire, Megatron and his armies faced off with Omega Supreme for the final time. During this great conflict, they managed to open just a small chink in Omega's armoured chestplate. Megatron then poured dark energon through this seemingly innocuous wound. Even the greatest of warriors could not combat the terribly corruptive power of the wicked substance, and after a valiant struggle like Ultra Magnus before him, Omega Supreme fell into stasis, and Iacon was lost. Despite concerted energon expended by many of the finest scientific minds left on Cybertron, no satisfactory conclusion has been reached as to the rust storms that first plagued Antilla, one of our first colony worlds, and now have come to bedevil much of the surface of our once vibrant planet. Perhaps all we can conclude with certainty at this juncture is that the airborne oxide clearly be classified as pathogenic to all Autobots and avoided with extreme caution. Never have I observed such a traumatizing sight. An entire city of rust. Everything, down to the last bolt, is encrusted. Severe oxidization pitting the metal surface, gradually deforming its shape. I fear for the health of all Autobots. And though it may be superstition, it simply terrifies me to think that the clone armies that stayed with the Decepticons after the Quintesson Wars concluded will send deserters from their ranks to die a very slow and excruciatingly painful death here. I fear the cosmic rust levels are far past the point of habitability. Primus be with the clones like Rex, who defected during the fall of Iacon, along with any surviving Jedi that may still be out there.
The supply of energon may be on every Cybertronian's mind, but I have observed the encroaching influence and effects of rust on many Autobots. We must be ever vigilant to its presence, or this city, and even Antilla before it, will overtake us all.
Not much is known about the civilization that once spanned across what is now the Sea of Rust. Its history has been lost to time and oxidation. What is for certain is that its technology and culture predates the Civil War by a few millennia. Rumours persist, though unsubstantiated, of a massive explosion being the cause that abruptly ended all sentient life there and created the Sea of Rust. Whether this explosion was an accident of some lost technology, or the result of a hostile conflict between the Primes and the Quintessons, will be debated for ages to come. Both the Autobots and the Decepticons utilize minefields to protect and defend our trade routes. So what makes this homing mine so unique? Well, once it locks onto your position, it is almost impossible to evade unless you destroy it with your weapon first. Running is futile. And once one homing mine locks onto your coordinates, others are certain to follow.
Onslaught, Brawl, Vortex, Swindle, Blast Off. Each one a formidable force in his own right. Together, ha! Talk about the whole being greater than the sum of its parts. When the Combaticons combine to form Bruticus, or the Constructicons combine into Devastator, any Autobots in the vicinity are facing a whole world of hurt. I am hopeful, however, that if, fate willing, we can create our own combiners to bring balance of this conflict back to our favour.
Even before energon became so scarce, these ridiculously designed transport tankers devoured just about as much energon as they carried. I question the use of them to transport what energon remains from the lake. But orders are orders.